France is a 2021 film from Bruno Dumont. Lea Seydoux plays France Demure, a celebrity news journalist and anchor whose life begins to unravel following a car accident. I don't know what it is with 2021 and toothless satires, but between this film and Don't Look Up, comedy dramas using their story to make larger political and societal statements are having a really rough year. The film France wants to make statements, sometimes outright explicitly, about how journalists can become so lionized that they are no better than the politicians that they cover. Or maybe it wants to make jokes about celebrity in general. Regardless, the drama is not dramatic enough to warrant emotional investment, and the comedy portions are so understated and unacknowledged by the characters that they're stuck in an awkward gray area where it's not extreme enough to be farce, yet not pointed enough to be satire. Anything that hints at comedy is instead clumsy and meandering, searching for a punchline or some larger fable to spin, but never grasping either. As a very minor example, throughout the film, people want to take pictures of and selfies with France, even at inconvenient or tragically ironic moments. And the larger message of this? Well, there isn't one. Selfies and celebrities, am I right? If you ask yourself at any point in the movie, what is the point of this moment for these characters? Don't worry, the inevitable and correct answer is there is no point. None of this really matters. The film wanders through story points that end up having no conclusion or keep being revisited with no additional development or insight. For example, the aforementioned accident that France gets into is so minor I thought it was a joke. France Demure bumps the rear of a scooter while at a stoplight and its rider falls over like a mannequin in a store. However, she and everyone else plays it up as serious and worthy of grief and sorrow. Sure, that in itself can be funny, perhaps if we found out that such a benign accident was used to leech money or garner sympathy or to use the celebrity status to their advantage. Instead, everyone plays everything straight with no exaggeration, and it's neither funny because it's too procedural, nor is it worth the dramatic weight the characters are investing in it. Throughout the film, we're never let in on what is the joke. It doesn't matter in the end because the plot thread is dropped. Repeat this process for every moment-to-moment sub-story and it adds up to a meandering genre flex film that feels like it was probably funny and insightful to Dumont, but he never really bothered to decipher his experience for the audience. Most egregious is that the film ends in a way that's particularly cruel, not in its violence or presentation, but just its mere existence. Two ancillary yet very meaningful characters to France die in a highly stylized and well-shot sequence. And, well, that's just kind of the end of the movie. There is no longer sequence of events after that, but that as well doesn't mean anything. There's no consequences or larger impact. People just keep existing. Perhaps that sounds profound, but to credit the film with that brand of watered-down nihilism or existentialism is to falsely attribute misguided intellectualism to what's rather clumsy storytelling. France makes a mistake that's even more insulting than what Don't Look Up did. While Don't Look Up was sophomoric, at least it made me feel something. France made me feel confused, sleepy, questioning the existence of comedy as a concept. It felt like if someone satirized Ambien and then gave it to me and made me sit on a couch for 2 hours.